So what are you making, Mom?
These are rotis.
So
Or phulkas.
Phulkas or chapatis or rotis. What's the difference between them? The phulkas, chapatis, rotis?
Phulkas become full karke.
Okay, so phulkas are a type of chapati, right? So this is made of whole wheat. The dough is made of whole wheat. So it's just whole wheat flour with water, right?
Little salt and water.
Little salt and water, and then Mom rolls it in a little bit of dry flour, and then this is unleavened dough. The dough, no yeast is added, so it does not rise. That's the biggest difference between Indian breads and breads made in the West, including the Middle East. So pita, both Greek pita, Palestinian pita, Lebanese pita, it's multiple pita, Syrian pita, they're all different. Look at that, it's so beautiful. So all these pitas are different, but the biggest thing is all these pitas, along with Western bread, loaves of bread, are all leavened. So pita is partially leavened. Regular bread, your regular what you think of when you think of bread, is completely leavened. So that's what gives you the little pockets of air, and that causes it to swell up when you bake it. So now the Indian bread is unleavened, and leavening is not really in terms of Ayurveda. Ayurveda requires the use of unleavened bread. We don't use leavened bread. So any sort of rotis, any sort of breads made in India are unleavened, and that makes it very easy to cook because you can just roll it like what Mom's doing right now. She rolls it in the dry flour and puts it on a flame, and because it's so thin and flat, it cooks in about 30 seconds each side, and because of that, it just fluffs up. So now the ability for it to fluff up is completely because of the skill of the person making it.
The heat also has to be appropriate.
So it's an extremely delicate process that requires a high amount of skill, and Mom has been doing this for years, so she knows exactly when she needs to take it off the flame, when she needs to put it on the flame, and when she needs to turn it. See? 30 seconds she flips, and then she'll put it on the flame. So while one is on the tawa, that we call this a tawa, which is this cast iron, Mom?
Yeah.
So a cast iron tray sort of thing on which you can put on the flame. She's rolling the other one, and then when that's ready, she waits about a minute. Now she puts it on the flame. It puffs up. This is completely the skill of the person making it. And I have videos of Mom doing this without the help of...
Yeah, that was in...
because she didn't have the required tools. Look at that. This you're not going to get in a restaurant because no one takes the effort. No one puts in that much love into it than your mom. That's why this is cooking with Mom and not cooking with some random chef. Right?
You can add ghee to it. We avoid unnecessary oil because there's enough oil or ghee in
the other food you're eating it with.
So this is called the Sookha roti.
And there's a certain joy in eating just the fresh, plain cooked bread, right?
Yeah.
Or the baked bread. This is surface top baking. We don't have ovens in most of our homes in India because, well, it's pretty hot outside. You don't want an oven in the house. So it's all stovetop in India. Look at that. So usually how many rotis do you eat per serving? 2 rotis per person?
Yeah, two.
On average it's 2, right? And then greedy people will eat more, or really hungry people will eat more. That smell of fresh roti, oh God, wow. This is the smell of an Indian home. The smell of roti being cooked, smell of rice being cooked, and smell of dal being cooked, that smell of turmeric, the smell of bread takes you home. This smell of roti being on the tawa takes you home. So let's look at mom do this here. She punches it in the flour and then rolls it using a rolling pin. So that way the dough, which is kind of wet, doesn't get stuck to the rolling pin. It rolls easily. And mom gets... This is one of the challenges for most new Indian brides, that and people make fun of it. It's like a running gag where they're like, can you... The first question they ask is, can you make circular rotis? Because rotis are such an everyday thing in every Indian household. And if you know how to make beautiful circular rotis, then it's acceptable. At least you can have a good meal. But mom is excellence, is par excellence in her roti making skills. As you can see, you're not going to get this at any restaurant unless they employed mom, because mom is really the finest roti maker there is, in my opinion. But then I'm going to be probably biased because it is my mom. So important to point out that this is made with...
The dough has to be like this.
Yeah, show me the dough.
It's
I was
not,
just going to talk about the dough. Yeah.
No, it shouldn't be watery. It shouldn't run loose or too soft. It should be just enough water to roll it.
Okay.
So this is the...
So how much water do you add to it? Just a little.
It depends
Just
on the
enough to
dough
make
you
it.
take. Yeah.
Okay.
These traits come as you cook.
Just as you do it, right?
Yeah.
So if I was to just say, okay, I'm going to make rotis today, I'll probably not get the ratio right.
As you do it, you will.
As I do it. Okay. So with my first
But
experiment.
never add the water at one like that.
Okay. So knead
Add
it,
yeah.
add it, knead it, add it, knead it, add it. Okay.
Because I don't measure how much I make. I mix a little extra and keep it. See, the wind is blowing, so
So it's an uneven flame?
yeah, the flame is... so it's not rising well because of the wind.
The wind from outside? It smells great though. Wonderbar. So that's our Sookha roti. Sookha Phulka. Sookha roti. Okay. Sookha chapati. Any of those things. Hello. This is mom making fresh chapatis, Phulkas, that are coming out beautifully. This is the magic touch of mom. So that's the dry flour. That's the rolled up batter. Not batter, it's dough. There's a difference between dough and batter. And those are the complete ones. Now the magic happens. Look at that. Look at that. Wow. Wow. And mom's not even scared. It's like a flamethrower or a fire breathing. Wow.